Hello, so this is how cigarette smoke affects us. In this educational session, we will learn about how nicotine in tobacco and the chemicals in cigarette smoke affect us. We will also learn about second and third hand smoke, as many people are aware of the problems associated with it. We will discuss how smoking can affect the people and the things we care about, like our pets. This information may help motivate members and staff to quit smoking or using tobacco. So this is also, part of the educational session I've been working on with Unlimited Solutions Clubhouse. So did you know what's in a cigarette besides, or cigar besides tobacco? You're probably aware that cigarettes and cigars contain tobacco and nicotine, but did you know that tobacco companies add different chemicals to cigarettes to make them taste better and make smoking more pleasurable? Many of the additives that tobacco manufacturers put in cigarettes are harmful to you and can cause cancer. The picture on the right shows some of the chemicals that you can find in your cigarette smoke. So we've got methane, which is sewer gas, arsenic, carbon monoxide, methanol, which is rocket fuel, paint in the filter, ammonia, toilet cleaner, nicotine, which is insecticide, toluene, industrial solvent, hexamine, barbecue, lighter fluid, stearic acid, which is in candle wax, cadmium, which is in batteries, butane, which is lighter fluid, and finally, acetic acid, which is in things like vinegar. So chemical compounds in cigarette smoke. So this is a graphic I found that offers a summary of a section of hazardous compounds in a cigarette smoke and their effects. So 70 is the number of compounds with confirmed carcinogenic activity. 7,357 is the estimated number of chemical compounds in a cigarette. So first we start off with nicotine. It's addictive, increases heart rate, increases blood pressure, increases blood glucose, and the lethal dose is around 500 to 100 milligrams. Nitrosamines, a large class of compounds, several are tobacco-specific, known human carcinogenics, may cause reproductive damage. Benzene, which is also another known human carcinogen, damages bone marrow, lowers red blood cell count, and may harm reproductive organs. Aromatic amines. This is actually linked with bladder cancer. Acetaldehyde. Irritate to skin and eyes, irritant to respiratory tract. So this is just, a few of the many compounds. These harmful chemicals include arsenic, ammonia, tar, formaldehyde, DDT, ethanol, methanol, and or butane fuels, hydrogen cyanide, which is used in gas chambers, acetone, which is nail polish remover, cadmium, which is found in batteries, and many other chemicals which are harmful to people and other living things. Do any of the added chemicals surprise you? Why? So I wasn't actually all that surprised to find out what was in a cigarette. I do most of these things, probably, and the ones I didn't know, it just didn't surprise me at all. Did you know that on average, smoking one cigarette reduces your lifespan by 11 minutes? At that rate, smoking just one pack of cigarettes will shorten your lifespan by over 3.5 hours. If you smoke a pack of cigarettes each day for just 1 year, your lifespan will be shortened by almost 4 days. Smoking cigarettes is deadly. The main cause of throat and lung cancer in smokers is from the tar. Over 4,000 chemicals are produced from cigarette smoke. So out of the 7,000 that are probably found in the cigarette itself, 4,000 of those are found in the smoke. 60 of these chemicals are known to cause cancer, while 400 others are known to be harmful. So what is nicotine and what does it do? Nicotine is a naturally occurring compound made out of carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen, and sometimes oxygen. It grows in tobacco plants and makes up to 5% of one tobacco plant. How does nicotine get into your system? So nicotine can enter the system in 3 ways: skin, lungs, and mucous membranes. The fastest way to get nicotine in your system is by inhaling it. It is quickly absorbed by the cells in your lungs and travels to the brain through your bloodstream, and then into your entire body. In fact, it only takes 10 to 15 seconds after inhaling nicotine to experience its effects. So how does your body get rid of nicotine? Nicotine is mainly broken down by enzymes in your liver. The liver removes harmful chemicals and toxins from your body. It helps keep your body in a normal balance. Your body also breaks down nicotine in your lungs and kidneys. Continine. Your body converts the nicotine in your system to continine. Since continine is made from nicotine, you can find how much nicotine is in your system by measuring the amount of continine in your body. Continine can be detected within hours after nicotine enters your system. Continine stays in your body for up to 2 days after using a tobacco product. Your continine level should be similar to that of a non-smoker within 7 to 10 days after quitting tobacco. So secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke is from the smoke that a smoker exhales, which is called side stream smoke, or from mainstream smoke, which is the smoke from the burning end of the tobacco product, like cigarettes, pipes, or cigars. There is no safe amount of secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke is dangerous. Almost 54,000 people die every year from exposure to secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke hurts you, your friends, and family, your children, and your pets. Secondhand smoke affects your heart, lungs, can irritate your eyes, nose, and throat, make you cough, increases your risk for asthma or respiratory infections like bronchitis, pneumonia, and can cause cancer, diseases, in other parts of the body. Children are especially susceptible to the toxins and harmful chemicals in secondhand smoke. Sitting by a fan or an open window or rolling down the window of your car does not protect you and other people from secondhand smoke. The only way to protect someone from secondhand smoke is to be in a completely smoke-free environment. Thirdhand smoke. You may think that if you smoke outside or do not smoke near your children or that people that you care about that do not smoke, you'll be protecting them. However, there is another danger called third-hand smoke that you may not be aware of. The harmful chemicals in tobacco and tobacco smoke remain on your clothes and hair, and your furniture and walls. You can smell third-hand smoke even when someone is not smoking. Have you ever gotten into a smoker's car and smelled smoke even though they don't have a cigarette lit up? Yeah. The smell of tobacco smoke, even when you cannot see the smoke, is a sign of third-hand smoke. You still transfer the harmful chemicals that remain to the people that you care about, even if they are not around when you smoke. So this is a former smoker's home, 3 weeks. Pillowcase, there was 257 grams of nicotine on it. Pillow fabric was 97, and the filling was even 17. So it can stays in your home. Housing and third-hand smoke. Many apartment buildings are smoke-free because of the damage it can cause on the apartments and how it affects other tenants living within the building. We all know how harmful smoking can be for our health, but the damage from smoking doesn't stop with disease. For the estimated 37 million Americans who still smoke in 2018, their habit might not only be harming their lungs and heart, it's ruining their home too. You could start a fire and burn down your house, or worse. Smoking at home is responsible for an estimated 7,600 fires in residential buildings each year, according to FEMA. You might kill your home's resale value. Good luck selling your house for anything near its true value. And it might even be hard for a retailer to take your listing. Smoking makes your house smell and can stain your walls. I learned from my parents that smokers don't know how bad the smell is until they stop. No amount of candles, air fresheners, or open windows will fix that. If you're renting, you might not get your security deposit back. What's it going to cost if you smoke in a rental where it's not allowed? According to a fact sheet about fixing smoke-damaged apartments from the American Lung Association. A thorough restoration of a 2-bedroom could cost up to $15,000. So this is just something I found. This tobacco use and secondhand smoke exposure is high in multi-unit housing. About 80 million people, which is 1 in 4, in the United States live in a multi-unit housing such as apartments. Many who live in public housing are especially affected by secondhand smoke, including children, the elderly, and people with disability. About 8 in 10 multi-unit housing residents choose to make their own homes smoke-free. About 20% of adults in multi-unit housing use combustible tobacco products, which are a source of secondhand smoke exposure. Among multi-unit housing residents with smoke-free home rules, 34% report that secondhand smoke involuntarily enters their home from somewhere else or around the building. So there is no safe level of secondhand smoke exposure. Opening windows and using fans does not completely remove secondhand smokes. Heating, air conditioning, and ventilation systems cannot eliminate exposure to secondhand smoke. So how to protect the people that you care about from second and third-hand smoke. The best thing that you can do is quit smoking or using tobacco products. However, if you are not ready to make a quit attempt, there are other things that you can do to protect your health and the health of the people that you care about. Make your home and car tobacco-free. Eat at restaurants that are tobacco-free. Wash your hands and change your clothes after smoking before you hold your children to reduce the transfer of harmful chemicals and exposure to second and third-hand smoke. Make your clubhouse tobacco-free. Don't smoke around friends and family who do not smoke. Did you know that tobacco is harmful to your pets too? So pets. Your pets may find cigarettes, cigar butts, or chewing tobacco and eat them. In some cases, the consequences can be deadly. Pets ingest poison from your secondhand smoke that have settled on their fur. Evidence shows that a dog exposed to secondhand smoke is 1.6 times more likely to develop lung cancer than a dog that lives in a smoke-free home. If you have a dog, your dog can have an allergic reaction to secondhand smoke. Common symptoms of this allergic reaction are scratching, biting, and chewing of their skin. If your dog inhales secondhand smoke, it is 3 times more likely to develop lung or nasal cancer than a dog that lives in a smoke-free home. If you have a cat, cats exposed to secondhand smoke in the home had a higher rate of oral cancer. Cats exposed to secondhand smoke have a higher rate of feline lymphoma, a deadly cancer, than pets not exposed to secondhand smoke. Cats can develop respiratory problems, lung inflammation, and asthma from exposure to secondhand smoke. If you have a bird, birds can experience adverse reactions to secondhand smoke and may develop eye problems, as well as other respiratory problems such as coughing and wheezing. Birds that sit on the smoker's hand can experience contact dermatitis from the nicotine that remains on the smoker's hand, which can cause them to pull out their feathers. I included if you have a bird or reptile because I have Gadrak, and Gadrak's actually the bottom picture there staring at me like he's doing right now. Birds, amphibians, and reptiles are more at risk for airborne toxins like PTFE, which will kill a small bird within a few minutes of exposure when overheated. Some PTFE products will outgas even at normal temperatures. Inhalation of these fumes will lead to pulmonary congestion and liver failure in these types of pets. Smoke may be especially dangerous as it displaces oxygen and fills airways with toxic gases that may lead to asphyxiation. Small particles can lodge in airways of these pets and further damage tissue. Even secondhand cigarette and cigar smoke can cause skin, eye, and respiratory disease in these animals. Smoke also affects your plants. Bizarrely, plants include the crops we eat and can absorb nicotine from the cigarette smoke. So if you have spices and stuff in your home that you use for your cooking, your cigarette smoke could be getting into them and you could absorb the nicotine through the spices. Remember, tobacco use affects more than just you. Quitting tobacco can improve your health and the health of the people and pets you care about.